Hello, class of 2022. How are we doing today? This is your first day at college. Let's try that one more time. How are my toreros doing today? There we go. That is much better. Thank you. I have a question for you. Raise your hand if you can confidently say what a torero is. And don't worry, I had no idea going into my freshman year. That's what I thought. Don't worry, I Googled it. You have much time. Don't worry. I'm not here, though, to tell you what a torero is. I was invited here today to tell you what it means to be a torero. My name is Austin Wattis, as Sydney said. But before I even get to that, I see it only fit to let you know how I got into USD. To tell this story, let's go back to December 15th, 2014 at 7 p.m. My mother, she's sitting right there in the front row, and she's currently shaking her head with disappointment because she knows where the story is going. She comes into my room and she asks if I finished my application for USD due later that night. I calmly look at her, smile, and reassure her and say, "Of course, Mom." And as soon as she leaves the room, I frantically finish the rest of my application. Don't worry, I got it in time. But as a result of my procrastination, my application was not the best. And to top it off, my GPA and standardized test scores were far below my freshman class averages. I remember sitting exactly where you are now during this entire Ole weekend, just thinking to myself, how the heck did I get into this school? To be completely honest, I really don't know how, but hey, I'll take it. Some of you here today, though, might be like me. I'm not trying to say you waited till the last minute to turn in your application. You could have, but maybe you weren't the strongest applicant. Or maybe you graduated top of your class. Or maybe for some of you, you're the first in your family to attend college. Now, everyone with me, we're all going to take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. You are here, and that is the only thing that matters. USD saw something in each and every one of you. Don't worry about the past, because all that matters is the present and what you make of it. Sydney gave an amazing introduction for me, so I really don't want to bore you with another. But I do want to clarify one thing. I remember my freshman year when I heard this talk, I just assumed naturally that the person giving it was a valedictorian. It's with great sadness that I inform you all, including my mother in the audience, that I will not be the valedictorian. I'm not up here because of my grades, but rather because of my experiences and lessons I've learned at my time here at USD. And I have 3 for you. The first, always learn. Second, find a home. And third, take advantage of college. As you heard in my introduction, I am a senior majoring in international relations, minoring in biology and political science. Now, if you're wondering why I just read that off the paper with no confidence, it's because I actually just switched last semester. For the record, I've actually switched my major 3 times. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, I was pre-med. Then, not too long ago, I was pre-law. But now I'm certain I will be working for nonprofits after I graduate. However, as a result of this change, I've taken a lot of classes I no longer need, including 2 semesters of chemistry and 1 semester of organic chemistry. Yeah. Don't worry, I passed. It's on my resume. Don't worry. But I was not a good chemistry student by any means. During my first semester, I did all right. But during my second semester, it was really bad. How bad, you might ask? I almost failed the class. And I want to clarify this right now. Up until this point, I thought almost failing meant getting a C or C minus. When I say I almost failed the class, I almost had to retake it. I averaged a 65 on all 3 of my exams, and I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely terrified. This was just one of the many moments of adversity I faced during my time here at USD. If you haven't heard this already, I'm sorry for bursting your bubble, but college is pretty hard. But that is what makes it truly special. Trust me when I say you will face adversity these next 4 years, whether it's in the classroom or in your personal life. I've certainly had my fair share of both. The most important thing to do, though, during these moments is to learn from them. Learn not only in the classroom, but in life. Grow during your times of triumph. Learn from your mistakes. And most importantly, let me emphasize this. Do not let these moments define who you are, because one mistake, one moment, and one grade does not define who you are as a person. For some reason, if you still don't believe me, you can take me for example. I'm certainly not the perfect student. I have almost failed a class, and they still let me speak in front of you today. I promise it will be okay. You might fail in some aspect during these next 4 years. And that's okay too. Just learn from it. This brings me to my second point. There have been studies done on what makes the most successful college student. And based upon my college experience and listening to others, I am a firm believer in finding a home away from home. The reason being because when you feel homesick, you don't just miss some ordinary place back home. You miss the people who make that place special and help you find that sense of belonging. I encourage you all to find those special people here at USD. And the best way to do that is to be involved and join organizations on campus. I can say with confidence that I would not be the man I am today if it were not through my involvement with university ministry and my fraternity. The reason being is because when I faced my adversity these past couple of years, these are the organizations that help me stay grounded and remember optimism is key. Find a group of people or space on this campus that makes USD special for you so it can be your home away from home. If you do that, trust me when I say college will be a lot less scary and a whole lot more enjoyable. Lastly, this piece of advice is something that I often forget to do, and it's take advantage of college. You're no longer in class from 7 to 3 each day. Just think about that. You're going to have so much more free time. Your schoolwork should be the biggest priority. I want to emphasize this. Your schoolwork should be the biggest priority. However, just don't let it consume you. A lot is going to happen during these next 4 years. And all I'm simply suggesting is just to take some time for yourself. You're in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. In my opinion, the most beautiful. Enjoy your time here at USD. Step out of your comfort zone and try a new hobby. Pursue your passions, inspire change, and most importantly, have fun. The one thing I've constantly heard from graduating seniors is, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. Don't let that be you. Take advantage of college. I'm almost done, I promise. I just have a few more things. The first is, I forgot to mention that you will actually be tested on this right now on my 3 points. So everyone with me, the first one, don't worry, I'll help you, is always, it's okay, we have time before the first day of class. Come on. Always learn. Good. Second, find a home. Great. And lastly, take advantage of. They're going to do great, President Harris. Look at that. Right before I end, though, I have 3 quick tips or mistakes I've made in college that I want to make sure you do not make. The first, remember to call home. I'm speaking from experience when I say the last thing you want is an angry voicemail from your mother saying you need to call her more. Don't let that be you. Second, parking services is really good at their job. I do not know what type of training they get, but they are really good. Make sure to follow the parking rules, because if not, you will get a ticket. And lastly, I really want to emphasize this, mistakes I've made. Know where your classes are before the first day of school. And if you happen to be in the wrong class, that's okay. Just don't sit through the entire lecture like I did. Have the confidence, walk out, because you don't need to be in a Spanish 4 class when you're barely in Spanish 1. I've left you with some advice on what it means to be a torero, but I just want to leave you with the challenge. In my fraternity, we have a saying: you should leave the chapter better than what you found it as. Essentially, make it better. I believe this is true for wherever you go in life. You should always try to make things better. My one challenge for you these next 4 years is to make USD better. Find something, and whatever that may be, dive into it. Inspire change and be change makers. Leave your mark on USD, because that is what Toreros do. We lead the change. Thank you for your time. Best of luck.